Welcome to the Movie Epidemic podcast. Hey, Chadley.
Hey.
You got a stupid haircut and everything?
Oh, yeah. I wanted to look as much like Jared Leto as I possibly could before we talked about The Outsider.
Anyway, we're smashing some brews today. Well, I am. I got all these brews. We're very close to acquiring a beer sponsorship. So here's what I want you guys to do. Don't tell your friends because that doesn't work. I've told Chadley a million times to listen to podcasts and he just doesn't. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to steal your friend's phone and subscribe to the podcast on their phone.
Oh, that's a good call.
Yeah, that's what you're going to do.
And that's how we get sponsored.
Yeah, because we love our 500 listeners a month.
God bless y'all.
We need 500 an episode. Come on, gang.
Yeah, come on, gang.
Come on, gang.
Gang. I have a question for you, Buck.
Yeah.
And you made, because you are spiritually a father, correct?
I look like one.
Yeah, so you might...
When I'm walking around Disneyland by myself, people are like, oh, that dad looks tired.
It's like, man, that dad... The mom and the kids are on It's a Wonderful Life or It's a Small World or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah. And this dude is clearly just wanting to go the fuck home.
Well, it was funny because last time I was in Disneyland, me and my dad split a tab of acid and we're wandering around like a couple of confused dads. It was real good.
Yelling a lot. But because you're a father, I just want to know, why is it so common... for people who are 50 plus who look like dads, always men, never women, just always reading Ludlum novels in public.
Oh, dude, they love Ludlum.
Why do they just read the Ludlum novels in public?
I don't know, but my father does that.
Yeah, your father does. I think my dad does it. Why do dads read Ludlum?
You know what's crazy about this? Ludlum died like 25 years ago.
And they just keep making them.
They still release Ludlum books. So it's like...
He's still writing, I guess.
Well, recently they've started putting the name of the author, like Eric Van Lusterbader. That's his name.
Tiny print,
it's small, though.
And then it's like, as Robert Ludlum.
It's completely different than that James Patterson or whatever, where that guy writes the skeleton of books and then he gets an intern to finish it off. That's real. That's proven.
And that's how he pumps out 15 books a year.
Robert Ludlum is dead. And they just have one guy that writes under Robert Ludlum. Makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? They don't do that with Fleming.
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
They just fucking keep writing Bond under Fleming.
You know who's writing them right now?
Who's that?
The guy that wrote Artemis Fowl. That guy.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, that guy's writing Bond right now.
That's a mistake.
You sound like 2 or 3 of them.
Don't make those into movies. I will not like that.
Horowitz?
Oh, I do not like it. Yeah. Do not like that. Not one bit. So welcome to the Movie Epidemic podcast. We got a really cool show for you guys today.
Yeah.
We're talking about Murder on the Orient Express, Kenneth Branagh film. We're going to be counting down top 5 Branagh films. Now, that list is fucking wild because it can be either something he was in or something that he directed.
Yeah, because it almost sounds like a draft.
Yeah. No, almost. So it's can be either something he's in or something that he directed, and that'll be a lot of fun. Top 5.
Remember how good the Fast and Furious fantasy draft was, Shelly? That's an all-time classic episode.
Yeah, I don't think we needed to do anything else that episode.
No,
we could have just ended on that. I think we ended up playing trivia or something. Should have just ended on the draft.
Should just ended.
Mistakes were made. But let me think what we were going to talk about. Oh yeah, we're also going to be talking about The Outsider. That's our Netflix pick of the week, which apparently is a thing now.
Well, it has to be.
It has to be.
It's replaced our series.
Yeah, because
at this point
they make 700 Netflix movies a year. And look, I'm not going to say what they are yet, but we've already picked what movies we're talking about next week. Mm-hmm. There's a Netflix
sponsored content. It's sponsored content.
Sponsored content. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about The Outsider. That's Jared Leto on Netflix. And then we're also talking about, what's the last one?
Annihilation. Alex Garland, our boy, our number one sci-fi boy, the Prince of Sci-Fi.
Garland and Isaac are back, baby. They're back. And Oscar Isaac is doing a Forrest Gump impression. It's wild. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Oh, yeah.
So shall we start with Murder on the Orient Express?
Okay. I saw this when it came out, and I haven't seen it since.
It's bad.
I can remember.
It's quite bad.
It's very bad.
Here's the problem. Here's my biggest problem with this movie, okay? We're gonna start off with this.
Yeah.
I like the book. Granted, I read the book 11 years ago, but I like the book.
And I think it works in that format.
I think it works well in that format. I've never seen the stage show, but I've heard that works.
Never seen the stage show myself.
I've heard that's fantastic.
What about the Connery film?
I've never seen the Connery film. That's the 70s, right?
75, I think.
74, something like that, yeah. I've never seen the Connery film. And I would wager that the Connery film isn't that good because I don't think this translates to film very well.
Specifically the ending, we'll get to it, but that's not a good film ending.
I completely agree. I think the bigger problem is that in the book, like, it's almost like it's told from obviously a third person perspective, but you sort of are following the thought process of the main character, the detective.
Hercule Poirot.
Yeah, Hercule Poirot. And they didn't even fucking try to do that in this movie. They didn't even try to. There's just shit.
He doesn't feel like a character.
No, he absolutely. Nobody feels like a character. First of all, nobody feels like a character in this movie. Because, like, okay, for instance, Judi Dench. What was she doing? What was she doing? Was she in this?
Sitting on a bed.
She in this film.
She's seems like you're sitting on a bed, though.
Big part of the film, but don't worry, you won't remember she was even in it, which is a mortal sin. Which is a mortal sin. Kenneth Branagh, you have this was.
You know what's even a bigger sin?
What's that?
Misusing Josh Gad, the boy.
You know what? He was one of the worst ones, man.
Yeah.
We'll talk about performances in a bit, but like. The problem is that Hercule Poirot, the movie doesn't really follow that character. Instead, it attempts to follow all of them.
Is every character feels like they're acting in a different fucking movie, dude.
It's true. It's absolutely true. Like, I feel bad because I love Kenneth Branagh.
I thought Daisy Ridley was going to bust out a lightsaber. I thought Gaston was going to show up to hang out with Josh Gad.
Josh Gad did not fit. The only person who seemed
Josh Gad felt like he was like trying to do like a 1920s guy, but at like a looking frat party.
Yeah, he's too goofy looking for it. But like, oh man, the performances were weak, but we'll get to that in a moment. So like. There's all this like evidence that sort of just shows up sometime.
Oh, dude, fucking
and then like stupid. And like anybody who if you're anybody, you know how Murder on the Orient Express goes. So we're gonna give the spoilers. Is that at the end it turns out everybody did the murder and they all helped, right? But the problem with that is that they don't lead to that at all. It's just fucking Kenneth Branagh. There's like a scene where Kenneth Branagh rounds them up in a tunnel and is like, all right, guys, we're going to figure this out here and now. And then he just paces for a few minutes. He's like, wait.
That scene is bizarre. Dude, when he pulls them into a table, a cinematic table.
Yeah, they're all sitting there like the fucking American Idol judges.
Fucking bizarre filmmaking.
And then Kenneth Branagh just paces for a while and then goes, got it. And it's like, what? How do you got it? How did you figure this out? Please enlighten me.
They lay out nothing.
It's absolutely like it's piss poor, dude. It's absolutely piss poor layout. And I remember the book being a little bit more mischievous than that and actually like letting you know little things here and there. Mm-hmm. And then by the time you got to that, again, I read this when I was like 13 years old, but like by the time you get to the end, you're like, oh fuck. But in this one, you're just like,
I can't imagine it's a very good book. Like,
it's 130 pages. I'm sure that it's fine.
It's like those Hardy Boy books. They were probably fun when you read them when you were 10, but I can't imagine they're very well written.
So the movie, like, it attempts to follow this character of Hercule Poirot, right? But then it starts branching
23 books, by the way. Are we going to get 23 movies?
yeah, he does. This is the first one, right?
Yeah.
The first book?
Well, I know, though, I don't know if we're allowed to break this, but I know they're starting filming that Murder on the Nile or whatever this year.
Oh, yeah. Wait, is that with Branagh as well?
Branagh, yeah.
Directing on the chops?
I don't know if he's directing. I didn't get that information. I know Branagh's in it, though.
You know what? If he's showing up, he's probably just going to direct the bitch.
He's probably
like, he has to show up anyways. He'll probably just direct this bitch. So the movie starts. Are you guys ready for this? This movie literally starts with Kenneth Branagh stepping in horse shit and then being like, oh, whoops, better step in that horse shit again. And I'm like, what? Dude, immediately I'm buffaloed.
I wish there was as much character development as they spent time on talking about eggs.
Yeah, oh my fucking god. It's like it's an hour and 45-minute runtime. That's maybe 15 minutes of the runtime. That's not even an exaggeration.
Talking about eggs.
They're talking about fucking eggs and like how every egg should be the same size. What you talking about? What is this? It's the first scene of the movie.
What is?
Yeah, it's the first scene of the movie though. They bring him the 2 eggs and he's like, bring them back? And they're like, okay. And they bring them new eggs. He's like, bring them back. And I'm like, man, we're well past the opening credits and he's still doing this. Like, it's absolutely bonkers, dude.
I went to see this with my dad, and when like the egg thing just kept going on, he's like, the fuck?
So let's talk performances here for a second.
Yeah.
So this movie has a legendarily great
Dude,
cast.
so good.
Kenneth Branagh is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
in this
I love
movie.
Kenneth
He's
Branagh.
so because he's on next level shit, right?
Yeah,
He's
dude,
always been on some
Kenneth
next level
Branagh's on that
acting shit.
next level shit. He's on that Shakespeare shit, dude.
Yeah, but he's like, I'm so good at acting, I should also direct. And I'm like, no,
nah,
don't do that.
Maybe like do the thing you're good at.
Because you're fucking awesome at acting and you are terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible director. Because then some of the best actors in the world show up and spit out their lines as if they are like in a hurry to get the fuck off set.
Well, they were. Most of them.
Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp didn't even go.
Dude, Johnny Depp is unbelievably. It's like he wasn't even moving his lips when he was talking, dude.
Want to be here?
He's like, I gotta go film Crimes of Grindelwald or whatever.
Here's the problem with Johnny Depp is that I think Johnny Depp enjoys being the best actor on set, and usually he is. But then he rolled up to a Branagh set, and he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, everybody's paying attention to Branagh, so I don't give a fuck. I
gotta be Grindel Snoot. My bad.
I gotta go to Hogsmeade. BRB.
Dude, he's how like if Johnny Depp shows up to that movie, how good is that gonna be though?
But he's.
What if he shows up though? What if he's like on some Jack Sparrow, Jack Sparrow shit?
Because Johnny Depp sometimes Johnny Depp is
dude, that early Jack Sparrow shit's legendary performance. I'm not even fucking around.
Johnny Depp is like Nick Cage, dude.
Yeah.
Like he's either
he's totally like Nick
he's
Cage.
either given a full 10 or he's not given anything
Like
at all.
Ed Wood, dude, different person, not even same person.
I still haven't fucking seen that. I should see that movie.
Probably watch Ed Wood, dude.
Yeah, for sure. See Ed Wood. I can't just sit here and talk trash on Tim Burton when I haven't even seen all his fucking films, dude.
Come on, I hate Tim Burton, and even I've seen all of his movies, every single one of them.
I've seen all of them except for Ed. No, I haven't seen that one with the fucking painter with Christoph Waltz. I never saw.
Oh, that one's also awesome.
Is
Those
it
are
good?
the two good ones.
Is it good? Because those
Yeah.
are the ones I haven't seen.
Those are the only two that I like.
The only thing I
basically.
like about Tim Burton is like Pee-wee and Sweeney Todd, which are vastly different films. This movie,
Large Marge.
This movie is vibrantly colorful, but don't let that trick you because the cinematography is bad.
Yeah,
Because it feels like it should be good.
when you
because-
watch that trailer and like all the good cinematography is in the trailer,
Yeah.
when like the smoke's coming up and fucking Imagine Dragons is playing,
First
and they're
things first.
and they're like in the my favorite shot in this movie is when they're introducing the characters in the lounge or whatever, and they're
Or
like
it's in the trailer,
smoking and
yeah.
shit, and it's in the trailer.
It's in the
And
trailer.
it's like the best scene in the movie.
But you know what's the biggest disappointment in this movie? Defoe.
Defoe.
What the fuck,
I don't even
dude?
remember him being in it.
Okay, so for the first like 10 minutes, he's doing like a funny accent, and then someone's like, "You don't have an accent," and he's like, "You got me."
That's right. He's like, nah, I don't got
Nah,
it.
I just have a silly green goblin.
He's like,
voice.
what was he, like a cop or something?
Yes.
It's been a while since I've seen this.
It's been 3 days since I've seen this, man, and I don't recall. It's like everybody. I remember there was like one person that was like a maid, and then there was one person who was like the sister. But that don't worry, the sister of the girl, the baby that was murdered or whatever. It's not that important.
Yeah.
And then Michelle Pfeiffer. Okay, Michelle Pfeiffer went. I think Michelle Pfeiffer goes in this movie.
What is she?
She's like the mom. She's like the
yeah,
mom
she was
who
good.
fucking orchestrated the whole thing. Michelle Pfeiffer goes.
Yeah.
But everyone else, like Judi Dench. How did Judi Dench show up and decide to give that type of performance? I've never seen that. I'm buffaloed. Branagh. you know how Tarantino pulls good performances out of people.
Yeah, Tim Roth.
Branagh pulls bad performances out of people. How
Could you
do
imagine Tim Roth in this movie?
Oh, dude, if Tim Roth was in this movie, it would go from a 1-star to a 5-star pretty fast, dude.
Tim Roth should have played the Defoe part.
Dude, Tim Roth should have played
That
Branagh
might have been
part.
tight, dude. Oh, dude, if he was Hercule Poirot, that might have been tight as shit.
Yeah, dude. Walter Goggins should have been. Yo, Walter Goggins, are you too busy doing Tomb Raider? Just be in the
Motherfucking
mirror.
Walton. His name's Walton Jadley.
Walton. What did I say? Walter.
Walter. Yeah.
Walton Goggins. Hey.
That guy fucking goes like a
Are you just
motherfucker.
too busy being Tomb Raider? Just come on.
Dude, he's amazing in Tomb Raider.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard he's in it.
Tomb Raider
is good.
is bad, but Walton Goggins makes it worth your ticket, dude.
Fuck yeah. Oh man. I don't know. My big problem is that I just think this doesn't translate well. And I don't think that's anybody's fault, you know? And like, I feel bad because I don't think it's Branagh's fault. I don't think it's anybody's fault,
well, it's
really.
definitely Branagh's fault.
Well, it's Branagh's fault for choosing this material, but I think it would be hard to assess whether or not a book as beloved as this.
I don't think Favreau would have done a better job or anything.
Nah, well, Favreau's busy doing Lion King or whatever the fuck.
Favreau and Kenneth Branagh directing is exactly the same to me. It's both just like safe bullshit.
That's that's good. That's correct.
That's like Disney probably made. Like I know Disney didn't have anything to do with this one, I don't think, but
they did.
But they did.
Yeah, I do love the soundtrack in this movie. Yeah, like that is something I want to say. I think the soundtrack is banging because it's like. It's sort of like that Great Gatsby shit where it's like a mix between like modern hip hop and like fucking
electro swing, dude.
Yeah.
Ooh, that movie invented one of my favorite genres of music, though. So it's like electro house on top of swing music.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that's actually what I was listening to on my way over was the
Gatsby?
No, not Gatsby, but the ultimate electro swing playlist on Spotify.
God, that's good. I think there's like fine moments in this movie, but as far as like an actually structured motion picture goes, it fails on almost every
Dude, I was pretty pissed
level.
off. I had to pay $15.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't pay. But yeah, I will never see this movie again. I have no intention of seeing this movie again. There's no point.
I will watch Nile, though.
Yeah, of course. We've already started the franchise. We got to keep going now.
Who owns this one?
I want to say like Paramount. But maybe it's Universal. I don't know. Oh, maybe it's WB. I think it's WB. And WB has some fuck you money behind them. I think. Yeah,
because it feels like we're due for like a new franchise, and I get this one.
Yeah, I get the draw of this. I don't know if putting Kenneth Branagh as your lead character is really gonna pull that many people in. But I think they pulled people in with this one with the Johnny Depp. Mm-hmm. So here's the problem, though, is that to make these movies, you got to pump them full of way too many famous people. And then the cinematography is going to be bad. That's how it goes.
Harris Zambucolo's cinematographer.
Ooh, don't trust the man. Don't trust him. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out too. Let me see.
Production 20th Century Fox. So
Disney you're right. It's a Fox.
So Disney owns it.
Yeah, so Disney does own it. You sons of bitches.
I feel like this would be in better hands at a Universal or a Paramount because they don't have anything.
Yeah. Well, and like this is just another franchise Disney just has.
Yeah, they just have. They own all of Agatha Christie's books now.
Disney owns Agatha Christie. What doesn't?
When Disney is James Bond going to get eaten up by Disney?
It's gonna eat him up. It's gonna happen, and then we're gonna get a really wild PG-rated James Bond.
But at least we'll get one every year.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe two. You know.
Oh, who's a spin-off character that Disney would really lean into?
Oh, fucking
like Q or something?
No, not Q, but the fucking Felix.
Oh,
give me a fucking CIA. Jeffrey Wright. Give me a fucking.
Okay, I'm on board. Disney buy this shit.
Yeah, Disney buy it and then make a bunch of Jeffrey Wright movies.
Jeffrey Wright needs a franchise. That's one of those like one-off actors that I feel like can lead a franchise.
Yeah, fuck yeah. It's like when you used to see Daniel Craig in like Road to Perdition and you're like, man, this guy should be like Bond or something. Idris Elba for Bond.
Hashtag Idris Elba for the Felix franchise. He plays like his number 2.
Yeah, hell yeah. So I'd say this movie is like 30-ish minutes of watchable content.
Maybe
30-ish minutes of watchable content and then an hour and 20 of
sometimes like the train when it's like crashing and shit, I'm like, how did they make it look that bad? It's like, why didn't you just get Koreans to animate this or something?
Give it a year and then Disney's gonna go in there with their fucking patented CGI and polish that shit up.
That's true.
You're gonna make it look way better. They're gonna re-release that movie and make it just look way better. They're gonna do a rehaul on that film, re-release it, and make thrice as much money.
Yeah.
And they're gonna take fucking Kenneth Branagh out and put in Leonardo DiCaprio.
Put him in there,
dude. I might have fucking with that actually.
Wasn't there like there's like a bad guy in this movie, or am I thinking of a different train movie?
They were all bad guys.
I must be thinking of a different show.
Yeah, they were.
You know what?
Oh, wait, no. Oh, there was a bad. Johnny Depp was the bad guy in this movie. He was the murder man.
Okay.
Yeah, because he killed Baby.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That story.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. We didn't even touch on that. There's a storyline where Johnny Depp kills a baby, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking wild,
dude. And they're all involved. Like, I get it, but
it's a fun concept. But that's like
it doesn't translate to film even a little bit.
And the thing is like the idea of murder is more like a PG-13 thing, but the concept that everybody did it is like a fucking YTV TV show.
Dude, that scene where they're all stabbing him.
Ooh, pretty wild.
Pretty weird, dude.
Defoe gets a strong arm in there.
Oh, Defoe, he took a pitch at it, that's for sure.
I feel like Defoe wasn't acting. Defoe legit hates Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
man, I saw that Korean movie Age of Shadows, and the third act and like a bit of the second act all takes place on this train. And it feels like this movie, but executed well.
Ooh, I should see that Age of Shadows. I heard it's good.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's good as fuck, dude.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It's like
on Canadian Netflix?
Yeah, it's a 5-star film, but also it came out in the same year as Handmaiden, so it's only the second best Korean movie that came out that year.
But didn't it also come out the same year as Train to Busan?
Ooh, I think Busan was the year after.
Was it? Because Busan also fucks, dude.
Busan is good.
What was that weird Korean movie with the guy who was just driving across the country and he just smiling a lot? What's that fucking movie called? Do you remember this?
Did we watch it?
No, I don't think so.
Taxi?
Yeah, something like that. I think it's that.
Dude, Korea is saving cinema.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet they crank out a lot of shitty movies, but they don't make it here. So I've only seen the good ones.
So that being said, Kenneth Branagh, unbelievable. He has a really great mustache.
Talk about the mustache.
Oh my God, the mustache is good. It makes the whole movie worth it because, man, it's legendary. He has a fucking mustache molder. He sleeps with it. They show you the mustache molder.
They do really get into that gag that he has 2 mustaches.
Yeah, they love the mustache gag.
But what do we got on the Chadsky scale here?
Chadsky scale, I'd say it's a 2.
I think I gave it a 2. I don't really remember, but it's not good.
It's not swivel. It's not unwatchable garbage.
Yeah, I don't think I gave it a 1, but I definitely didn't give it a 3.
I would never give it a 1 because it's entertaining enough to see all those famous people just like on a train. Oh, that's another thing. Remember Snowpiercer? Remember how fucking good that was? You know why that movie's good? Because they know how to do good cinematography on a train. Kenneth Branagh doesn't know.
Yeah,
he doesn't know.
Hit up Wes Anderson or something.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, with what's that? The Three Brothers film. What's that called?
Darjeeling Unlimited.
Yeah, Darjeeling Unlimited.
One of my favorites. Underrated Wes.
Maybe my favorite Wes. Like it's
underrated Wes.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to talk more about Wes in a couple of weeks.
Dude, we might have to do Wes's film. Let's do Wes's filmography.
Fuck it, let's do it.
Because I haven't seen all of them in a while. And by that I mean like 6 months.
I haven't seen all of them ever. There's a few I've just straight up never. I've never seen that one with Stiller. What's that one fucking called? Tenenbaums?
Oh, Tenenbaums? Yeah, Tenenbaums is great.
Yeah, I've never seen that. But we're going to count down our top 5 Kenneth Branagh films. He can either act in it or direct it. My number 5 is a movie where he did both. My number 5 is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Never seen it.
Dude, one time I got in an argument with this lady on Facebook that I liked this movie, and she did not. And look, I know a lot of people don't like this movie. It's one of those films, right?
Oh, I remember this argument.
It's
a legendary argument.
Yeah, it's a legendary argument. And then she got so mad that I liked this movie that she dragged my name through the mud, made several posts about me, reported me to Facebook, deleted, and blocked me. So God bless. My number 5 is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Maybe because of that argument. Maybe that's why I like it. Because I can't go back on it now, right? Like if I do a rewatch and I'm like, oh shit, that's actually not good, I still got to give it a 4-star.
All right, my number 5 is going to be Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. What's he playing near?
Oh, he plays.
The
dickhead author guy.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I don't know what his name is, but he gets he like falls down the hole and he's like, "Ooh, where are we?
Yeah, where are we? Is this your home?" Love him. It's a lot of fun. Dude, Branagh's so good in that
fucking
movie.
really good in that movie.
So funny. So funny.
Like Chamber is like one of those ones I don't really think about very much, But when I do, I remember Braun is in it. And I'm like, oh, Braun rules in this fucking movie.
Chamber is good though. Like
Chamber is good, but it's one that I don't really think about very
well.
often.
It's one of the Columbus ones, right? So it's silly as
it's
fuck.
one of like I more gravitate towards the first one because I've seen that one more. And then I like the third one a lot, and I really like the fourth one. And then it just kind of just turns into the same movie after that.
Yeah, which I think is fine, honestly.
Which is fine.
I think that's fine.
Completely fine, but I can't distinguish those ones.
Yeah, that's fair because like the first, second, maybe third, and the fourth all have like their own identity.
Yeah.
Because like there's always something like the fucking Goblet of Fire. It's like, ooh, there's a fun wizard tournament going on. It's gonna
that's why that one's fun because it's got a gimmick.
But the fifth one doesn't have a gimmick, so it's just no like gimmick. Them going to school.
It loses the gimmick after that.
Yeah. Gilderoy Lockhart is the name of the character.
Yes.
Gilderoy Lockhart, the fun author who steals people's work. A la that fucking comedian that steals everybody's work. My number 4.
Carlos Mencia?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. My number 4 is My Week with Marilyn. You ever seen this movie?
No.
To Redmayne, early Redmayne. I'm pretty sure this
Redmayne?
is yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Redmayne.
What the fuck?
When
did that movie come out?
Dude, that movie came out like 2010. Hold on, let me
Dude,
look.
I've never seen that. I've never even heard of that movie.
My Week with Marilyn? Dude, it's fucking good. It's about
Marilyn Manson?
Yeah. No, it's about Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, obviously. No shit.
2011, Brana plays Laurence Olivier in it.
Oh,
and he's
all right.
Awesome, dude. He's fucking awesome. And yeah, it's basically a movie. Eddie Redmayne, he like works as like this person.
Does he play a transgender?
No, I wish. Kinda. he plays like this guy who all
right, this ain't Redmayne hour. I don't really give a shit, dude.
He fucks Marilyn Monroe, and it's a true story. And it's about a guy who fucked Marilyn Monroe. My
number 4 is going to be Thor.
Thor! That's my number 3, baby!
I don't like Thor that much, but like I think it's like it's a fine film.
Valiant effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fine effort.
Like they definitely like it's early Marvel, so like they were trying stuff at least.
Yeah, at least they're because like a lot of people complained to me that there wasn't enough action in this movie, and it's like he already got Iron Man.
I don't think that's the problem.
Yeah,
there's problems with Thor. It's not the amount of action.
Yeah, fuck it. Make it a comedy. Make it a comedy where it's Encino Man, but with Chris Hemsworth. I don't give a shit.
Taika's the best director of all time.
Taika is the best director of all time.
Taika might be better than Stanley Kubrick.
That's a statement right there. Although last week when we went out drinking on St. Patty's Day, we left because like the fucking waitress was like we were sobering up between beers. It was taking so long.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's kind of what you expect.
Yeah. So don't ever get drunk on St. Patrick's Day. So I come.
Well, that's why we were smart and got drunk the day before.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that's true. But anyway, I'm like, fuck this is lame. I'm going home. Come home. My girlfriend's like halfway through What We Do in the Shadows, and I'm like, "Oh, this is way better."
That's so good, dude.
My number 2 is a certain film called Hamlet. Of course, this is.
I didn't do my 3 yet.
Oh, you didn't? I thought your 3 was Thor. No, my 3 was Thor. What's your number 3?
Dunkirk.
This one did not make it on my list, but I do love it.
You can almost see it from here.
Pod. Dunkirk.
I really like Dunkirk, dude.
I don't
think it's the best movie.
Who does Brana play in that? I don't even remember.
He plays the captain that says you can almost see it from here.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a Brana line. Yeah. That's a Brana original right there. Line, dude. Yeah.
Dunkirk is good as fuck. It's not Nolan's best effort, but it's visually stunning, and also how we getting Harry Styles in a movie, and he's good as shit.
Oh, get Harry Styles. That's like the fucking. What? That's now no longer the Tarantino thing to pull performance out of people. It's like the Tarantino fucking Nolan thing, because Nolan can pull a performance, dude.
That Harry Styles album, like I know it's a cheesy pop album, but it has shades of early Beatles, and I'm like, how the fuck did Harry Styles make this album? It's like what are you talking about? I'm talking about the Harry Styles album that came out.
I'm aware, but what the fuck? How are you comparing this to the Beatles?
Because Harry Styles is an amazing person. That like, why is he an actor? That doesn't make sense. You're a Beatles guy.
Oh, fuck yeah. My number 2 is Hamlet. Of course, this is the one that I think Kenneth Branagh is going to take this one to his grave. He's going to be buried with the DVD. This is just before you go to watch it, just so you know, it's 4.5 hours. It's a long bitch.
Gotcha.
But it's really fucking good. And Kenneth Branagh plays Hamlet in it, and he's unbelievable. Again, another movie that he also directed.
Hamlet? Never seen it.
It's really fucking long. For sure too long.
Look, I've seen Hamlet.
Yeah.
Not this one.
Trim it down to 2:30.
Look, I've read. You can read. It's a play. You can read it in like an hour and a half. Just do that.
Yeah, but Hamlet, the Kenneth Branagh one is actually really good. It's just really fucking long.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. What's your number 2?
Let's take a look. See here. I got Wild Wild West, baby.
Oh, Wild Wild West makes an appearance, baby.
Dude, I love Wild Wild West. It's like, it's bad, yes.
It's not good, but like it's silly as fuck.
But also, if it's on TV, I'm not watching it, you know?
You know, I don't think I've seen it since theaters.
I've only ever watched it on cable. Because I've seen it maybe 10 times on cable.
I saw this in theaters, and I remember specifically because the giant robot spider scared me.
Well, my dad likes that. My dad likes this movie too.
Oh, then it's a perfect father-son film.
So like whenever it's on TV, and it's on TV a lot, my dad's like, you want to watch Wild Wild West? I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to watch Wild Wild West.
I think this movie came out around the same time as Big Daddy, which was a film my dad was so obsessed with that at the age of 6, I saw it 4 times in theaters.
Big Daddy?
Big Daddy, dude.
In theaters?
In theaters, a few times, dude. Several times.
My parents like Big Daddy also, but I didn't see it in theaters 4 times.
Dude, my dad took me to see that movie. I think one time it was with my cousins, but either way, I saw that movie in theaters for sure more than twice.
Your dad took you to that. He wanted to see it more than once.
Dude, my dad still loves that movie.
Still just pop on Big Daddy.
Yeah, the thing is my parents hate Sandler a lot, but man, there's something about Big Daddy.
There's some good Sandler though.
Spanglish is good. I like Spanglish. My mom loves Spanglish. That's like, I think everybody gets one. Everybody gets one. Mine's Big Daddy.
Sandler's got like 6 that are like legitimately good though.
Yeah. I'd say maybe 4. Punch Drunk, because you got PTA, obviously.
Punch Drunk, of course.
Of course. Spanglish, Big Daddy. I'll give you Happy Gilmore. What are the new
one? The Noah Baumbach one's incredible.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that yet. Oh, and you know what? I'll give you Wedding Singer. Okay, there's 6. There's 6. All right, six good Sandler films. 35 bad ones, but 6 good ones. My number 1 is a little movie. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but it's a fucking absolute treat. It goes by two names. 2 names.
Really?
You can either call it The Boat That Rocked, or you can call it its actual fucking title.
Very interesting.
Pirate Radio.
That is also my number 1.
Really? Pirate Radio with Philip Seymour?
I love Pirate Radio more than most movies.
Dude, it's fucking awesome.
Pirate Radio might be like one of the movies that I was like, oh, that's an easy 5-star.
I think this was one of the last movies that Bill Nye was allowed to use the word cunt in before Disney bought him up.
Yeah, dude, yeah. The Boat That Rocked rules. That was like one of those early movies that I saw that was like an indie movie.
Yeah,
like,
I saw it around the same time I started getting into like Wes.
Yeah.
It
was like post-Napoleon Dynamite, but like I hadn't really seen indie movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw
it's a Searchlight, right?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's a Searchlight. Yeah, Searchlight, yeah.
Either way, I call it Pirate Radio.
Dude, I'm so glad this is also your number 1 and that it's official. But yeah, Pirate Radio is fucking awesome.
I honestly think we should talk about that movie more.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it. So that's it. Top 5 Kenneth Branagh films. Pirate Radio apparently is the best one he's ever fucking made. What are we talking about next? The Outsider. I cannot fucking believe you had me watch this, dude. Oh, I have a lot of notes on this bitch.
Well, shout out to my boy Tony. He has a great podcast. It's like a Calgary events podcast. They talk about all the events that are happening in this city. And I was hanging out with him the other day. And he's like, "You seen The Outsider yet?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Oh, great fucking movie, dude." I'm like, "Huh."
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
I now question your buddy Tony, dude, because incorrect.
Well, I didn't shout out the name of his podcast. I'm just saying. He has a podcast in this city as well that we are allowed to be on.
So let's talk about The Outsider. Let's talk about Jared Leto first. Okay, so
holy fuck, he's a good actor.
We hate Jared Leto. We hate him. He's a shitty cunt.
We really hate him.
But can't deny the dude has some acting chops. But
ooh, I don't know though, because he said 3 fucking words in this entire movie.
This dude rolled up to set, let some words fucking fall out of his mouth. I don't think he timed them. Just let them fall out of his mouth. And then he walked the fuck off set with a giant paycheck from Netflix. A juicy Netflix paycheck.
Why did they make this movie?
I have no, because like that's I actually have that written down here. Why make this? That's literally
that's your last note.
Yeah, my last note.
There's all these notes, and then at the very end it says, "Why make this?"
Here's why I wrote this down, because I wanted to remember this scenario that I came up with in my head. What writers were sitting around a table and we're like, it'd be good, Yakuza, but instead of having Japanese people, let's make the main guy a white dude. And who was like, yep, I'm in. Who the fuck said that?
That doesn't matter as much to me as that this movie is so generic, it could have been a New York gang. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no shit, dude. There's absolutely nothing that links it to the Yakuza except for them cutting off their fingers. And by the way, the scene where they're cutting off the fingers is so long.
Dude, this movie is fucking grotesque.
Dude, it's fucking 9 hours long.
The only time I ever felt anything was when there was guts falling out. And it's very graphic.
It's graphic, yeah. It's pretty violent.
That doesn't mean it's good.
No. Because like I feel like this guy, Martin Ludvist, I think is the guy's name.
Is that who made this?
Yeah. He's like an Eastern European director, done a lot of like German stuff. And so he made this movie, and I think what he generally thought is like, I've seen Akira. I got Japanese style down. He does not, however.
No.
It's like, this feels like he was like, I'm going to make some Japanese cinema. And then someone was like, oh, you don't have any experience doing that. Don't do that. And he was like,
yeah, this guy's German as
fuck. Yeah, he's super, super fucking German, dude. Another problem is that because the movie is very wordy in the fact that people are always just talking about shit, but it doesn't always matter.
Yeah, it's interesting that it like I kind of like the seamless transition between Japanese and English.
English. Yeah. No, I don't mind that. Like, I don't mind like the language barrier at all.
No,
like,
I think that actually works in its favor quite a lot of the time.
Yeah, because then a lot of the times there is like an extra dynamic where you have to wonder like, you have to look around and see what language they're speaking, and then you know who is involved in the conversation.
Yeah.
If they're speaking Japanese, they're honestly just saying some shit they don't want Jared Leto.
Also, like a lot of the times, like the Japanese actors are very good.
Yeah, no, they're awesome.
They were all very fucking
the fucking the guy who played Oshiro, unbelievable, really fucking good.
Yeah.
Kiyoshi also like so good.
That one guy that was like drunk when he was talking to Jared Leto, and he's like, "Let me talk in English for you."
Yeah,
that guy was fucking incredible.
Yeah, dude. That guy was fucking good. The problem is because everybody's just talking about shit all the time, and until probably the last 10 minutes, none of it matters.
Yeah.
You lose interest so quickly. Like my fucking eyes were glazed over. I was saying to Buck, I am not drinking today. I know usually I'm an alcoholic.
Is awesome.
Yeah, that guy. I think he's
in the Thor movie. Yeah.
Like I usually drink on this podcast, but that fucking Outsider movie I watched before this podcast gave me a horrible migraine. So I've been trying to hydrate with water all day.
It's so fucking ugly, dude. It's one of the worst looking fucking dudes. This makes Mute look like Citizen Kane, dude.
Mute looks awesome.
The fucking dude, the God Particle is an amazing movie compared to this.
Oh no.
And by that I'm talking about
the Cloverfield Paradox.
The Cloverfield Paradox.
Oh no.
This is the worst movie I've seen this year. Not that I've seen a lot of movies, but I think it will be steadily in the lower 10.
Yeah, this one, we'll probably end up talking about this one again at the end of the year because it's a nothing movie and it's tough to talk about because nothing happens. And then like the last 10 minutes, they're like, oh fuck, we better jam a plot in here.
Jared Leto, like he's so bad in this movie.
he's just he's like Ryan Gosling it.
He's not a character. Good. He's the character you're supposed to care about, but why is he banging the super hot Japanese girl?
Yeah, like I feel like
why is he going through the ranks of the Yakuza so quickly when he barely ever does anything of value?
You know what my favorite movie or my favorite part of this movie is? is the part where Leto is in jail because he is a criminal. I feel like they sat down at the writer's room and they're like, all right, guys, we're gonna make this movie about this outsider joining the Yakuza, and it's gonna be completely from his perspective. And they're like, someone else is like, okay, if we do that, I like where you're going with this, but if we do that, we do have to make him relatable and we have to make it easy for an audience to follow the movie. And then the other writers went, no, we don't.
No, we don't.
No, we do not. Because they don't even try to make you like this character. Not even a little bit.
He's only white for the sake of being white.
Yeah. They just like dug someone up. They're like, who's white? And they're like, I don't know, Jared Leto's
like
white. And
the
like,
only scene where it matters is when his war buddy shows up in Tokyo.
Oh, yeah. By the way, what the fuck is that even about?
Guy?
Yeah, what's that about?
He just kills that fucking guy.
Yeah, the Emil Hirsch character just rolls up and is like, hey, what's up, buddy? Then they get drunk together, and then he kills him.
Dude,
Never mentioned
I
again.
was shocked.
Not mentioned prior, not mentioned after.
There's a reason why this movie didn't play in theaters, but I watched it on my 130-inch projector to give it the respect that Netflix deserves. And it was like a waste of my fucking bulb life. You know, these projectors, Chadley, they only have so much bulb life. And I wasted 2 hours on this fucking shitty movie.
Oh, there's also a wild rape scene in this movie. And then after the rape takes place, the rapist just goes, sorry.
Not bad.
Sorry. It's like, what? Why? I have so many questions as to like the process of this movie. At what point did somebody look down at this and just like not say, oh, this is the worst thing I've ever done. It's the worst project I've ever partaked in.
And it's like Jared Leto speaks so little in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well be mute.
Yeah, might as well get fucking Skarsgård in it. Who gives a shit?
Let's get Skarsgård in this bitch. Would have elevated at least to it too.
And like, here's the thing is that like, yes, this is a generic gangster movie, but you know why gangster movies are usually good? Because they thrive on the agenda of the gangsters, and the gangsters in this movie had no agenda. Like they would just be like, there's gonna be a gang war, and they're like, no, we're just gonna make amends. It's gonna be fine. It's like, what? Nobody cares. Why even have gangsters? Don't ever fucking make this movie. Netflix, here's an idea for you, okay? Instead of making 700 films in 2018.
Well, it's 700 projects. Half of them are
okay.
TV.
All right, let's cut it in half.
You
know what? In fact, there'll probably end up being more movies because it takes less time. Let's say there's 400. They want to make 400. Okay, instead of doing that, let's make 150 good movies. How about that? Not 400 movies, 150 good movies. That's still 3 a week, bitch. Like, what's your problem, Netflix?
What does that benefit, though? Because people still are going to watch all these movies regardless of.
And Netflix is putting out so much shit now that it doesn't even matter. There's fucking 9 Netflix shows that show up every week, and I'm like, well, I'm not watching any of that.
Dude, I don't watch any Netflix shows anymore.
Yeah, I just watch the shit I just fucking keep watching.
Know what I watch?
Breaking Bad.
I watch Star Trek and Bob's Burgers, and that's it. 11 seasons of Bob's Burgers.
All this lad gives a shit about is seeing more episodes of Futurama and American Dad. So
give me more Futurama.
And then they're like, "Ooh, here's F is for Family," and you're like, "No, thank you."
I actually did watch F is for Family only because Bill Burr made it.
Yeah, that's true. Isn't there like?
It's shitty, but Sam Rockwell's in it.
Dude, Rockwell?
Yeah.
Dude, I have seen F is for Family, and it is bad. But
it is bad, yes.
Yeah, it is very bad. But I see the appeal of that one, I think. This movie has a lot of stock sound effects as well, which I always notice, and it always bothers me. And stock music. Don't like that. Do not like it. It's like the classic fucking garage band chick bang.
Yeah, Ed Wood.
Yeah. You fucking Ed Wood. You know what? Hey.
Oh, you don't. You German. You don't look like Ed Wood.
Plan 9 is a masterpiece compared to this film.
Plan 9 is a lot better than this movie.
Yeah, this is a half star. This is the first half star of the year. Thank you, Netflix, for bringing us the first stinky trash heap of the entire year.
Yeah, because I think I gave this one a 1, but
I wouldn't give it a 1 if you paid me. If you were like, I'll give you 50 grand to give this a 1 star, I would promptly decline.
But I gave Cloverfield Paradox a 1, and
this is worse than Cloverfield Paradox.
And I also gave the Godzilla movie, the Netflix one, a 1.
Ooh, wouldn't watch that. I don't. Oh, that's another thing. As soon as this movie was done, Netflix tried to just auto start some Netflix original anime, and I was like, oh, no, thank you, brother. No, thank you, brother.
Arigato. No arigato.
Oh yeah, I would never watch anime. That's it. That's an insane decision. So yeah, this is a half star. This is a half star affair. It's fucking unbelievably shitty.
It's bad.
It's very bad. Let's talk about Annihilation.
Woo! Alex Garland,
my
boy,
my Garland,
the #1 boy.
Garland is. Here's the thing: you've seen Ex Machina, and you're like, oh, no way that he's ever gonna make a movie that good again. Don't worry about it.
Does it?
Because he fucking does. I just want
only interested in making 5 stars. That's what he is. He's like, you mentioned this earlier, but he's written 3 books. And then like 3 video games.
Yeah, he wrote.
What a waste of time.
Yeah, he wrote Enslaved, Journey of the West, or something like that. Yeah. And then he wrote DMC, Devil May Cry.
That's right. Yeah, DMC.
Yeah, which actually is a pretty banging game, but like, don't have Alex Garland.
And then he wrote that book, The Beach, that Danny Boyle.
Oh yeah.
That Danny Boyle adapted horrifically. Dude, I saw an interview recently. Alex Garland was like, "I'm gonna make The Beach, but like how it was supposed to be."
But too late. You already sold it.
But then Alex Garland wrote 28 Days Later.
Yep, which
Sunshine.
is great. Sunshine, which I love.
A bunch of other Danny Boyle stuff too. They were like a team for a while.
Yeah, there was what else? He wrote something really recently that was fucking incredible as well, like something in 2010. But I don't remember. Yeah. I digress. Alex Garland, his first ever directorial debut was
Ex Machina, but sort of Dread.
Yeah, Ex Machina, but sort of Dread, because apparently he actually directed most of Dread, and the actual director,
according to Carl Urban, who I trust with my life.
Yeah.
If he's like, look, guys, Alex directed that movie. I'm like, all right, he probably directed it then.
So let's talk Annihilation, because this movie is unbelievable. Like, this movie is fucking incredible. It's one of the best movies we've ever talked about on the show, in my opinion.
It's a throwback to Kubrick and Tchaikovsky.
Yeah, it's very Kubrick. Like, Garland has clearly seen 2001 many a time, and he was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna make that, but I'm gonna make it more terrestrial." Good call, Garland, because I like it.
If you've ever seen Stalker by Tchaikovsky, like, it's almost exactly the same movie.
I would like to see Stalker, because I've heard it's a lot like 2001, which is my favorite movie.
Well, yeah, because it came out after 2001, and clearly he had seen 2001.
Yeah.
So it's like a 2001, but in a Chernobyl zone. That's what it's about. It's like about the Chernobyl zone.
Oh, I like the idea. But, no, you know what? They made a game. They made a game of it. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a game. It's like Stalker Chernobyl.
Yeah, I don't think it's directly based on it, but I think it's like influenced.
Heavy influence. So first of all, very well shot.
Holy fuck.
Very well shot. Beautiful. Like,
this is like a no budget movie too.
Yeah. Like, this looks like it was shot in Vietnam, dude. And yeah, I'm surprised, because I do know that this movie is pretty low budget, which is crazy because the visual effects are unbelievable.
Dude, the fucking, what's it called?
The glimmer, the shimmer.
The shimmer.
The shimmer is unbelievable. Pretty much everything that you see in this movie is going to be crazy. I do see where it's low budget, as they're just filming in
a little iffy.
Oh, you know what? I don't even know if I would say that. The mimicry boar bear, I'm a big fan.
He's scary, dude.
He's a scary looking lad. I love the weird antelope things. The white antelope with the crystal fucking thing.
That was like the crystal foxes in Rian Johnson's Star Wars movie, but good.
Yeah, but good. There's a lot of really cool creatures. There's fucking giant white alligator, which I also love.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, pretty dope. And then, of course, they get weirder as the movie goes on, and I love it. But let's talk performances here. First of all, Natalie Portman, she goes.
So good.
Yeah, she's great. She's fucking great. Jennifer Jason Leigh, also great.
Fucking good.
But here's the thing about this movie, is that you're in like this pack of females who go into the Shimmer to try and figure out what its secrets, because the point is that there's like this giant alien thing that the government's trying to figure out what's going on, but anybody who goes in don't come out.
It's got shades of Arrival.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it definitely reminded me of Arrival. Absolutely. So these 5 women go in, these commandos with guns. Natalie Portman is one of them. Tessa Thompson's in there, big fan. Then there's like a girl named Cass Shepard. Anya was one of them, I think. And then Dr. Ventessa, played by Jennifer Jason Leigh. Jason Leigh is incredible. Don't mean to say that sentence. I'm gonna
that person.
Jennifer Jason Leigh is incredible. Jennifer Jason Leigh is incredible. Natalie Portman is incredible, but they're both overshadowed by how much better written of a character the Tessa Thompson character is.
Dude, she's so good.
She should have been the main character, and I think that's probably my only gripe with this movie is that the Natalie Portman character ain't that likable.
No,
very hard.
That whole side story where she's cheating on Oscar Isaac, but it goes nowhere.
Yeah, it's about absolutely nothing.
Don't put that in there.
It's in there. It's in there to make her to showcase that this is a bad person. I think that's where.
Yeah, totally. But also, Garland, don't put that in there.
Yeah, don't put it in there. And then Oscar Isaac shows up, and he's
why are we putting a shitty tattoo on our boy Isaac? You know,
is that actually on his body? I wonder. Can't be.
No, he doesn't have a shitty leopard tattoo on his fucking shoulder. No, he doesn't.
Don't have that.
But don't put it on him just because he's a Marine.
You know what I like though is that like he's playing like a fucking Alabaman Marine, and he's like doing a silly accent, and I'm like, Isaac, what you doing?
He's pulling it off.
He's pulling it off, dude. He does. He pulls it off. It's silly as fuck, but he's pulling it off.
2 Oscar Isaacs would be too much for the world to handle, so I'm glad. One of them killed himself.
Yeah, one of them had to phosphorus himself out of here. Yeah. But then you also got like one of my favorite actors ever who should have been in this movie way more than he was. Benedict Wong. Benedict Wong. Dude, get him in more shit. Get him in more stuff. I'm so glad that he was here at the very least. I'm glad he showed up.
Yeah.
But I just wish that he's like that friend that showed up like 10 minutes before the end of the party, and you're like, dude, you should have showed up an hour ago. We were having such a good time, you know? So this movie is just very bizarre, and it's all like, it's hard to follow. Like, it is genuinely hard to follow.
Yeah.
And it's one of those movies I think I'm gonna have to watch like 6 or 7 more times.
6 or 7 more times this week.
Probably. Yeah, 6 or 7 more times. I told my girlfriend I'd watch it with her this week, and then I ended up watching it alone.
It's a little hard to parse, I'll be honest. I watched this at like 2:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah, that I couldn't have done that. I watched this wide open.
But I was into it completely.
And then like it just gets so bizarre the more you get into it. There's like the scene where Oscar Isaac cuts open that dude's stomach, and it's got the snake.
So good.
Oh, it's so gross though. Oh, you can see like the fucking thickness of the skin.
Yeah.
Dude, it's fucking gnarly, but great. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot to say about this movie because I'd say it's like almost important to the sci-fi genre, like almost as much so as Ex Machina.
Yeah,
I'm actually surprised this isn't getting the same attention that Ex Machina did. Although Ex Machina had a slow start too, you know. So like,
I think this will eventually find its audience. I don't think it's found it yet.
Yeah, this movie does have some dry spots. It's got a really slow pace. I would say it's almost like it's an intentionally progressive pace.
Well, because it's split up into like a kind of like stilted thing, and you don't really know what the time frame is. Like intentionally.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to follow, and it's slow because of that.
Yeah. And you know what? I think that for this movie, it works perfectly. It just does have like some dry spots where it's like the girls are camping, and you're like, all right, well, if we could get a wild animal in the fucking campsite or something. Oh, they're just gonna sit in the tower. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think that there could have been more to those characters, but fortunately, the shit that's going on around these characters is so interesting that it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I mean, I've never read the books, but
no,
Alex Garland, a published author, I assume he made the correct decisions.
Yeah. Oh yeah. and then when you think that it can't get any crazier, Jennifer Jason Leigh starts barfing up rainbow clouds, and you're like, what the fuck? The last 20 minutes. Okay. The last 20 minutes of this movie is a sensation I haven't felt in a while.
Yeah. Since like Arrival for me in theaters.
Yeah. But for me, it's like the last 20 minutes, I was crying in the last 20 minutes. Not because I was scared, not because I was sad, but because I literally did not want to blink. I couldn't blink watching the last 20 minutes of this movie because I didn't want to miss 1 nanosecond of what was happening on screen. And I haven't felt like that in a long time. And I was going to give this a 4-star on Chbosky scale, but that last 20 minutes bumped it up to a 5 for me.
Dude, it really Kubrick's out.
It Kubrick's, dude.
It gets on the Kubrick fan and it fans the fuck out, dude.
And like if you've seen 2001: A Space Odyssey, you will immediately recognize that. You'll be like, oh, this is some Kubrick shit going on here.
Yeah.
And then they attempt to sort of explain why all that shit happened. Dude, and I'm like, please don't. I don't care.
When you watch Stalker, you'll be like, oh, I get it. Because Stalker is almost exactly like this movie and is also a 5-star. So you have that to look forward to.
It's just one of these movies that, like, the second the credits started rolling, I went, holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck.
I know you were riled up.
Dude, I could not believe what I had just seen. And
it was really like when I finished this, it probably was like 3:30, 4 in the morning. And I was just staring at the fucking screen.
Which is a wall in your house.
Which is a wall.
Which is the fucking
because it's
wall.
130 inches. And it's like, dude, I'm in. Dude, I'm fucking in.
This dude just stared at the wall until the fucking projector auto turned off.
No, I don't have that function. It's a very cheap projector.
Oh, that's bad. That's a bad call.
I have to actually physically walk over and go boop.
But after you turned it off, you went and you just stood not even 3 feet, like a foot from the wall and just looked for a while.
Yeah.
Your fucking roommate walks in and he's like, dude, you all right? And you're like, I don't know.
No, it's in my room. It's private. No one walks in.
Oh. So I would say this is a movie any sci-fi fan should see.
Dude, Alex Garland, he's got some shit coming up.
There's something there. There's something there to this Alex Garland.
To me, this is like the same as Tom Ford. I don't know if you're familiar with Tom Ford, Nocturnal Animals, A Single Man.
Yeah.
This man is one of the most famous fashion designers in the world, and he got bored with it and started to make movies, and every shot is perfect. He's like a PTA because like every shot is perfect because he's a fashion designer, and that's what he's been thinking about for the last 45 years is how every single thing should be perfect. And he's only interested in making 5-star films, but he's only made 2 films because he's been wasting his talent making suits.
Oh, like our buddy Atlantis, who did the opposite of that.
Yeah,
because he realized that he wasn't good enough to make movies.
Go make suits, bitch.
Yeah, go make some suits with some skeletons on it. We don't give a shit, Atlantis.
I'll buy them.
Oh,
trust me, I'll buy them.
We'll pay.
I'm not buying Bright 2 though.
Yeah. Oh, but we'd buy it if we wrote it.
Well, yes.
Yeah, I would
green light it.
Yeah, green light it with Chadley and Buck, and if Landis wants to come, just no air.
No air.
No air. So that's pretty much the entire show. I give that a 5-star on the Chbosky scale.
It's good. I have it at a 4 now, but I believe on a rewatch it will be a 5.
Dude, I'll rewatch it right fucking now. No,
we gotta go. We've got shit to do.
We got shit to do. Which brings us to our next episode.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
You guys ready for some hashtags branded content?
Yeah, you guys ready for some branded content? We sold out, baby. We're selling. Yeah, we're starting to sell out a little bit. We actually got sponsored to go see an early screening of Ready Player One.
Sponsored's the right word, but it's branded content.
It's branded content. Either way, we're going to see early screening of Ready Player One. That's what we're doing right now. Then we are also going to be Netflix Pick of the Week. Game over, man.
Oh,
sticking with the theme, but then there wasn't another video game related movie except for Tomb Raider, but I haven't seen that yet. But we're gonna watch all the color in the world, all the color of money in the world, all the money in the world,
all the money, all the color of money
with Marky Mark, Kevin Spacey,
Marky Mark,
no Kevin Spacey. Oop, is there a Kevin Spacey cut?
No.
Can we get the Kevin Spacey cut? I want to see what this dude would have done.
Ridley has basically said
Kevin Spacey's a fuckboy. Like he almost said those words. Because there was an interview where they're like, are we ever going to see the Kevin Spacey cut? And he's like, no, fuck that guy.
So yeah, we'll be talking about Ready Player One, All the Money in the World, and Game Over, man. So make sure you tune into that and subscribe on your friends' phones on our iTunes.
Yeah, because if you're listening, you're subscribed. And we like you, but
we need money.
We need money.
We need money.
We're very close to a beer sponsorship. So
yeah, fuck yeah.
Or coffee. I've reached out to coffee places too.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll drink. I don't even drink coffee. I'll drink it on the pod.
But yeah, we'll switch to it. We'll be a coffee pod if we have to.
Oh yeah.
Who's ever paying?
Or we could just have coffee mugs with beer in them, and we could. That's good coffee.
You know what's interesting about this show, Chadley?
What's that?
Basically, there's 3 rounds of it for you specifically, because the first round is me trying bits on you that I'm going to do on the show later. Yep. So you hear them once, and then we do the show and you hear them again. And then you, for some reason, listen to the show. So you've heard the bits 3 times.
I got to listen just to make sure that it's funny, which it is. We are very funny. Please subscribe.
Follow me on Twitter at LastCoolDude.
Follow me on Twitter at Chadley the Movie.